Greetings, what's up, y'all? This is Krill from Out the Box. I'm back for another review video. Today I want to talk about a actual single. This single is from a very successful group that was definitely doing their thing in the 90s and still doing their thing today, known as Arrested Development. MC Speech is sort of the front man of the group and continue to keep this group growing all the way to this year. And I actually had a chance to interview him last year on Out the Box TV, as well as Out the Box Talks. So he has a new record out. Well, let me say this. Arrested Development has a new record out. It's entitled Vibe, featuring the legendary Big Daddy Kane that we got to see do the classic verses with KRS-One. And it's produced by a beat maker by the name of Configa. Now, Configa was all over the last Arrested Development album that came out last year. And he also has done a number of production for a number of other MCs and artists as well. He did an album with Jahi last year as well. And I'm happy to say that he is also going to be doing pretty much all of the production, if not all, pretty much all of the production on this upcoming Arrested Development album, which is supposed to be released on December 3rd of this year, entitled For the FKN Love. So this single, entitled Vibe, featuring Big Daddy Kane, Cleveland P. Jones, Tasha LaRae, and Configa, as well as Speech, of course. This single was released about, I think it was like late October, and this is the first single from this album, For the FKN Love. So we're going to talk about this single, and I'm pretty sure when the album drops, I'm going to do a video review for that as well. So first and foremost, this is a classic sounding Arrested Development track. Like, if you are familiar with records like Tennessee, People Every Day, Mr. Wendell, when Arrested Development was kind of in their emerging prime and they got that Grammy Award, you can tell that this production sounds similar to those records that we know Arrested Development for. So kudos to Configa for being able to get that sound going and get close to that sound, So the track itself, as I said, features Big Daddy Kane and really Speech. So it's really Speech and Big Daddy Kane rhyming on the track. But there's a lot of, vocal singing happening, right? So Cleveland P. Jones is somebody I was actually familiar with years ago when I did my 24/7 internet radio station. He had a record that I can't remember the name of the song, but it was one of my favorite records that he had put out some years ago. So I'm familiar with him and his voice. He has a very tenor voice, but he's great in terms of his vocal contribution just as an artist, as well as the contribution to this track. They actually have a video out for this track, and the video really captures this really light, energetic vibe on the track. So let me just say, there's a few, just in terms of what the track, I guess the message of the track is trying to represent. It sounds like this track is about overcoming and surviving and getting through adversity, no matter what level you're on. In fact, the hook kind of touches on this a bit when you hear Cleveland P. Jones sing, "When you know you got fame in the game and a catalog of flames, no shame in surviving. You roll with the blow that they trying to overthrow. It's unknown, yeah, it's hard to describe it." So, it's kind of talking about, to me, it sounds like Speech is kind of talking about his experience with Arrested Development, having that fame and people knowing him for the popularity, but still in 2021 pushing forward, right? Because that fame might have only lasted for a certain amount of time, and you still got to keep pushing, you still got to, keep surviving, even though you may get certain blows that try to overthrow your success, So to me, it's really, like I said, this idea of overcoming, despite maybe you might have been known really well at a certain time, and now that fame dwindles and then you gotta lift up again. I don't know. That's kind of what I'm getting. I might not be 100% correct, but that's kind of what I'm getting. But overall, I feel like, even when you hear Big Daddy Kane's verse, which is really, really dope as well, you hear this concept of overcoming, right? And staying strong, So, so like I said, Big Daddy Kane has a really dope verse. It kind of shows you why he's still so good at what he does. It kind of just solidifies why he is such a legendary MC. He has a line where he says on the song, "Misguided minds just by design will try to find the slightest kind despite design to fight your grind. You got that little too small feeling that's just trife. I got that little Duval living my best life." So, you could hear Kane at his best. You can hear Big Daddy Kane at his best, still rocking, still smooth with the flows, and still having that message, that meaningful message in his rhyme, while still being really swift and smooth with the flows, So overall, it's a dope track, man. I like it. You actually even hear, during the hook, you even hear Speech singing a bit under, Cleveland P. Jones's vocals, So I think what really helps this song to really capture the vibe, as they say in this song, is the video. So if you haven't gotten a chance to watch the music video, you get to really feel the energy of the whole Arrested Development group, because it's not just Speech. They have other people, whether they're doing the vocals, whether they're doing background singing. There's also like a dance and a joyful physical presentation to the group, right? Where you have this sister dancing, and it's like a whole visual presentation when you think of Arrested Development. So yeah, man, check this record out. It's called Vibe, featuring Big Daddy Kane, Cleveland P. Jones, Tasha LaRae, and Configa, as well as Speech, mainly on the vocals, as the main vocal MC of Arrested Development. I'm looking forward to this album For the FKN Love. Man, if this is an indicator of what the music on the album will sound like, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Speech actually released a solo project earlier this year, and it was one of my favorite projects of the year. So it's good to see Arrested Development is gonna Speech hit you with something at the beginning of the year, and Arrested Development is gonna close out at the end of the year on December 3rd with this project. So big ups to Arrested Development, big ups to Speech, big ups to Configa. Keep doing it, man. Keep putting out quality music that is representing the culture right, in terms of having that conscious, thought-provoking message, but still a feel-good vibe, So, yo, man, thanks for checking out this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. We're going to keep posting new videos. My goal is to get up a new video every day on a music review. So sometimes it's an album and sometimes it's just single reviews. But I'm glad I could get this video out. Check you out on the next video. Remember, like and subscribe. Take it easy.